Welcome to Line War. Today we have Olechan versus Jack Black, because I'm going to call him Jack Black, is JBJW. So far we've gone for a very economic start here. Gone for all industry, a town and a barracks here. He hasn't set up his lines yet, he's doing that now. And to be fair, Olechan over here is actually pretty close, and he is a bit behind because he's only just started setting up his lines. And he's only sorted out 2 of them so far, and I want to say thank you because he's actually gone to my Discord and shared this replay there. If you want your replay shared on my Discord, feel free to go ahead and do it, and you've got quite a likelihood of it being on my channel. Because I've done every single one of them so far, except for Wongo Dongo, which I'm sorry, but your channel, your replay didn't actually work for some reason. But I do appreciate you trying, so feel free to share your replays on my Discord. Or even on the Line War Discord. So it looks like it's going straight into a city here, unless this town's still building, but we do have Jack Black going to expand across the map over this way. He is going to come down here, and he's trying to get some of this water territory over here, so he's probably going for the energy well just here, because it doesn't look like there are any other easily accessible ones from the beginning. So that might be what he's trying to plan to do there. Over here, he's also going for eco, but he's gone for the barracks first, so he can set up his expanse even faster. And it looks like most of these are going to get drawn downwards, which is going to help him expand across the map a lot faster. But it might be a bit slower to make contact. But they will make contact early, I think, so this is going to be quite an interesting match. And also, I'd like to point out that we've got a Command and Conquer based replays channel coming up on from me, which will be coming out on the 1st of September. So let me know if you're interested, and I may leave a link in one of my other videos so you can subscribe early. And also let me know which Command & Conquer game you prefer, because they've got quite a few that I can do. But I'll probably be mostly focused on Red Alert 3, Jabarian Wars 3, and Kane's Wrath, the expansion of Jabarian Wars. So I have recently found out that you can do Red Alert 2 through people in my Discord, so thank you for that. And I will see what I can do. I've already started recording some of them, so they are ready to go. But I'm waiting for September because that's when the kids go back to school and it'll be easier for me to record. Anyway, so we are just pretty much waiting for them to make contact, so I might just fast forward this a little bit. Both players, this is going to be a city. He is definitely going heavily into eco, and they're going to make contact early, which might be a bad thing, but he has got an airfield set up. But they are going to make contact soon, so I'm just going to increase that speed. He's got a transport boat going for this territory here, and he does have a plan to have some sea units there. Personally, I don't see much point other than a transport boat to transport units across, or sea unit, like anti-air units. Ah, there we go. He is destroying it, so he's getting rid of it to stop any eco being wasted, so there's no upkeep cost for that anymore, just for this one boat. And so far, he has sent out some units. He really wants some eco. He has sent out some units on haste. Go this way and capture this territory as fast as he can. So he's really wanting to go eco in this. He's thinking he's probably quite far away from his opponent, being in the top left corner. So instead of territory, he wants the eco from these places. And I think that's what his plan is. But Olechan is going to be expanding mostly with infantry to gain his eco. So we have a territory war versus eco buildings, eco buildings. It won't be long until they make contact. This is the sort of area. There we go. We can see the units appearing for Olechan. He doesn't seem to make any changes so far. He's just acknowledged that they're there. On the other side of it, Jack Black doesn't see anything until now. He's just spotted this territory being claimed. You can see the units coming in. I don't know if he's seen it prior to this, and that's why he's got these units coming in like this. But he's definitely spotted it now. He's got his air units coming in to take that out. And I will slow this down at this point. So he's gone for a helicopter with a bomber, and they're going to come in early, and it's going to reveal he's got a bomber. He should possibly have just went in with helicopters, or none at all, because he hasn't got any energy production yet. It looks like Olechan has reacted to this. He's going to send his unit straight through to try and take out this factory here. He spotted the tank. And the tank will do a fair amount of damage, but if these infantry can rush in quick, they might be able to take out the factory, making the attack potentially worth it. But right now, it looks like Olechan is preparing to assault again, rather than just sending units into their death. And as you can see from Jack Black, we have this energy well being produced right now. It might be wise to set a strike command on this and take these away so they all just move in fast, but I don't know which would be more effective. I don't think it matters too much. But that tank's heavily damaged as it is. These infantry are doing a lot of damage, considering they're in a small-ish group, but it is quite early in the game, so they can probably do more damage. And it looks like Jack Black is out of energy. But it will come back very soon. He's already started the production on that. It's nearly ready. He has lost this factory, though, which is unfortunate. There we go. The tank's just standing there. He's going to just hold out and keep an eye out on what's going on, I think. Whereas these units are going straight for this barracks here. And Olechan is definitely going to take out his production. That is what he's trying to do. But we'll have a look at the economy at this point. So Olechan, the red player, has got 589 eco per minute, whereas Jack Black has 740. So Jack Black's definitely higher in eco by quite a lot, and he's already started on the industries over here. It looks like he might be able to defend this one, but actually no, I'm not sure. It's because the forest is stealth, has made his unit stealthed. I don't think he's going to be able to defend this. It might have a hard time. At the same time, has he got his units coming in yet? No, he's just building up some artillery and SAM units. He's in the helicopters. He doesn't want to attack again until he's got more units to support his frontal assault there. Defend from air units. These bombers are doing a lot of damage to the infantry. They might be able to hold them off, but I'm not sure. This is going to be a close one. There's only 2 units left, and they're getting hit by the bombers quite a lot. There's infantry coming in, and I think there's just one left standing. And I think Jack Black has saved his barracks just in the nick of time there. On the other hand, Jack Black thinks he may have the upper hand, so he's going to check it out with these units here. There's one stray randomly there that he spotted. However, it looks like Olechan is sending in a fairly large force of infantry backed up with a bit of armor. But you've got to remember, he's also got all of these infantry units, which might be better off trying to split off into 2, so you've got 2 lines going up, taking these territories. Instead of having them snake along like this, it takes a long time. Might be a faster way to claim those territories. Over here, Jack Black has that force coming right now. He's building eco. He must have felt very confident after taking out that first lot of units, because he's risked some capital here. And by the looks of it, he might be regretting that right now. As this large infantry and armor force comes forward. He's trying to bring back his units, trying to save some for a defense over here. He does have a lot of bombers here, and if they can take out those SAM units first, they might actually be able to do a lot of damage here. But we'll have to see what he decides to do. So Olechan's expanding this way, and he is getting up there. What is Jack Black doing over here? He's set up some eco. He's definitely trying to eco before expanding. Got another little town going on here. Wouldn't surprise me if that turns into a city soon, if he can hold them off. But on the ground, he doesn't have a lot of units. He's got 3 tanks up here, nearly 4. Some infantry dotted around, but that's about it. He's going to have to rely on his air units here for a defense. But he's still going to try and expand, which is great because he needs the economy. But he has a fair amount of economy right now. He could probably use that. And at this point, maybe even a nuke. You know me. A nuke solves everything. So, it looks like Olechan has spotted these structures over here, and he's going to go straight for the assault there. And Jack Black is not worried about defending it, because he's building his defensive line here. He's going to leave these to go to waste, and it's probably not a bad idea, but Jack Black needs to figure out what he's doing with his air units, because that's his main offense right now. There we go, they're coming in right now, which I assume is because these guys are going to be attacking. Maybe he waited that long on purpose, or I don't know. But that's a lot of bombers there, and I think, I don't know, strikers are pretty good, and they're usually the common choice early on, but these guys are doing quite a lot of damage to the infantry, so what do you think would have been better here, strikers or these guys? So they're the SAM units coming in, they're doing a lot of damage to these air units, but will they start targeting the SAM units? Because if they don't, they are just going to take a constant damage from them. Jack Black is heavily on the defense right now, and these bombers are circling around over these guys, which is doing a lot of damage in general, but the damage is spread out. It's not specifically targeting one unit. It looks like one's going to go down if they can fire another rocket. Nope, but this one's going to come back anyway. He's taken a lot of hits, but it looks like they all managed to survive. So they maybe have quite a lot of health more. A lot more health. Or armor. So this defensive line's got to hold off against all these. I'm surprised that Olechan didn't actually try and take out this eco. And he's still got some units held back over here. He might want to send some of these to take over the eco and this structure. Send 2 sets of units either way. I don't know. But right now, he is really trying to push hard through this defense while he has the opportunity to do so, because as they set it up, they've lost some of their health, so he's trying to take them out as quick as he can before they start to regenerate their health. As for the expanse, it looks like Olechan has forgotten to continue these lines, as he is distracted by the battle that's going on up here. He's got some units going forward once again, and Jack Black is struggling to hold off this defense, but he's got units coming in from everywhere that he can bring them in from. These tanks have either been forgotten about or being saved to defend this area. I don't know. And yep, he's building a city there as well, so it looks like Jack Black is going heavily into eco even now. He is under heavy assault and struggling to defend, but still he's investing more in eco than before. And he's got a lot of eco left. Why isn't he building stuff like barracks, factories, more airfields, anything? But he is sorting his energy out. I've just noticed that's gone up. Over here, that looks like just a storage unit though. Yeah, there it is, the storage unit. We got those bombers coming back in to try and help defend this area. They are probably going to be able to take out these lot of units here, but they've still got this lot to deal with as well. But those bombers aren't getting damaged enough by these SAM units. There we go, one goes down there. We've got a few going down now. I think this composition of units has a lot more SAM in it than the previous one. And it looks like these bombers are not going to be good enough now. And there's an airfield right here, a little airstrip. That is a dangerous place to land your bombers, because these are so close. Before they get to reload, they might get destroyed all at once. And this one's going to end up going down before it can land. Maybe. No, they have managed to land. I wonder if Olechan can see it. He can, quite clearly. He hasn't really targeted it yet, but if he was to target it, he could get them off before they blow them up before they take off. And it doesn't really matter too much. It looks like they're going to get shot as they go. But then still not quite going down, but there's 2 left there still. But this airstrip is probably going to go down very soon these units don't take off soon, they will end up going down. One is taking off now. These SAM units are probably going to fire at it unless they're going to focus their target here. Nope, there we go. It goes down before it can even go anywhere. So those units are now trapped. And they're gone. This defensive line is still holding up. But only just. There isn't much going on there left at all. As for the expanse of Jack Black, he has forgotten about these units up here that could be expanding this way. And we have some units coming down towards the south to claim this other city. I assume to build more city stuff there, get more eco going. It's definitely got more energy trying to come out. And from Olechan, we have his infantry on the move again, which is great because he forgot about him and he's left some behind. These poor guys, they could be capturing more territory down here. So yeah, there we go. We've got reinforcements going in this way. These guys are going to just flow straight. Flipping out, he's got loads. So yeah, all of these guys are going to go up this way. I think he's forgotten to add the SAM to this line because they're not moving. You can see on the bottom line here, you've got the 3 units accepting this line and 2 units on this one. So all the SAM are going to get left behind, which is unfortunate. I think that's a little bit of a mistake. These guys are going to come this way as these guys trap these guys in. But these might actually sneak past as they are going quite a far way around. It's really hard to say that one's in a better position right now. I mean, Olechan might be winning the defense here, or the attack here, but he doesn't know that Jack Black doesn't have much else to defend with. You can see that he's built all the way around here and that he's still going into eco structures, so he knows he's got a bit of a time limit at least. He doesn't know how weak his opponent may be, and to be fair, he does have a fair amount of tanks. And these bombers, if left to roam around, would do a lot of damage. It looks like this defense is about to fall, so Olechan might have the opportunity to do a lot of damage to his actual production structures soon. The bombers have rerouted down to this section of the map to try and defend this base, which is a bit unfortunate for Olechan because I don't think Olechan has production to help increase the forces in this area. All of this production is dedicated to attacking up here. And you could potentially say there's too many units in this little area, considering how much area he's going to have to cover. Tanks are moving in now. They're coming over the mountains. Olechan can see the tanks. He's taken away the line, so he's going to go straight for the energy well. And he's going to hope that he can destroy the energy well. There is energy issues from Jack Black. You saw the smoke from that tank. So they aren't going to be able to move very fast, but they can still fire. So there's no issue there. But these guys are going to get some easy damage on this energy while making it even worse for Jack Black. The bombers are trying to reroute over here again to attack this area to stop his production being lost, but the energy just might not be able to hold up here. There we go, it's like negative 83 at 1 second then. There we go, so those are going down. The energy from over here should be even worse as this is now down. But the tanks are able to move again. It seems like the production is still fairly balanced. It's not at 0 at least. Or at least his stock. There we go. So those tanks were successful over here. And Olechan has most of his units in this area right now, which is not a great thing to have. I mean, all of these units, if the enemy had a nuke right now, it's happened to me so many times where I have the biggest army and I lose it to a nuke and that ends up losing me the game. As much as I love nukes, they are one of the worst things I encounter as well. Yeah, we have this area of the map where he has split off into 2 groups now. These guys going down this way to try and take out the airfields and the eco. And these guys are going to try and take out the factories in this section, which will stop the production and allow Olechan to take control over these areas. Personally, I think these ones with flag commands are decent, but Having this one with flag commands is going to cause you more damage than it is good, because you need arrow commands to get the territory, take out these airstrips before they can keep building strikers and start attacking you with them. You just want to get there as fast as you can to stop their attacks on you. Also, I'd say that Olechan needs some air units. He's got a fair amount of eco going on. He could probably build some air units to take out this energy well right here, specifically. And Jack Black is bringing his tanks in now. He's got his tanks going this way. So some of them are on flag commands. They're separating into two groups because of these two lines. And the others are on arrow commands to get to this area faster. I think he's going to try and use them to defend with. Which, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't use these to defend. I would go straight into the enemy's base. Probably not through this route either. I'd probably go down that way. Try and come in through the back and do as much damage as I can. But again, JB has 5,000 in economy. It is surprising me that he is not using his economy to build up his forces. Even if he just built them barracks or factories, anything, it's better than have it in capital in the bank. There we go, so one of the airfields have gone down to this army over here. And there are 2 more airfields left, and if JB does not spend his capital, he is definitely going to lose this game. Olechan might have less eco. He's got 900 per minute, and Jack Black has 1,200 per minute. However, Jack Black is probably spending about 200 per minute. Let's have a look at how much he's actually spending. 300 per minute there. Over here we got Olechan, who's spending 900 per minute, and that is what's winning him this game. He is spending more money. And his tanks are coming into this fight, but there's just too many units here for them to actually get much damage done. And he's got more tanks coming in, but again, they're just going to meet the same fate. He needs to try and take out their production or the eco of the enemy, use them to harass, because the army is already through the doors. So what is his plans now? He did rush some units down here. He's getting some more eco. He seems to be quite content on just building cities. I have never seen such a peaceful player. He doesn't want to go to war. He just wants to build his cities. He's got a random tank just up here. I think he got bored. Just going to watch from a distance. The city is crumbling to these infantry and the SAM unit there. And I think that is going to go down. The airfield's being attacked now. The silo's gone. But yet he's still got 6,000 in the bank, almost. And there's another airfield there producing units that are taking off still. He needs to get those units in to take out that airfield. And it looks like Olechan is sticking to this area, but he has managed to build some barracks down here, and he's going to try and use them to take over this territory, as well as use them probably to put pressure on JB later on. And instead of sending his units up through here, he's now bringing these units this way, which is a great idea because he doesn't need them in the north anymore. But it might be wise to try and send some units to capture this land up here, because I could imagine with JB with 6,000, he could probably build a massive army very quick. Anywhere on the map that he wanted, that he owned. Right, so he has spent some more money. I'm assuming that's because he's got some more towns and stuff. There we go. So he's got some units down there. They're making contact in this bottom part of the map as well. And he hasn't really exploited a lot of this territory left. So this match could essentially progress all throughout the entire map as JB slowly gets killed along the way. So tanks up here are trying to hold them off in a defensive formation, but because they haven't gone all the way across, these units are going to be able to get around them and take away that bonus from hitting them from the side. But I think Olechan has done a very good very good game of trying to keep up with his opponent, which is fairly easy for him. The opponent went for eco only, pretty much, and it's been a bit of a struggle for him to keep up with Olechan, who's spent any penny that he's had on production. And so far has half the map with his army. So that tank is literally being surrounded. Okay, looks like contact's being made over here. I don't think JB's noticed it. He has not. He's still sending some units into this area. So these units are pretty much going to get killed one by one at this point. He is building some transports to take on some more energy wells. So he's definitely thinking about how to play the game. He's definitely trying to build up a lot of air units throughout this game. Probably, if he was able to build a lot of air units really fast, he might be able to take out most of this army. There is a lot of SAM units involved there. Maybe he should just go with artillery at this point. Because Olechan hasn't shown any signs of air units, from my perspective, or his. So adapting to destroy anything that is on the ground would probably be a great idea. I mean, this army is huge, and it is costing Olechan a bomb just to have. He's got 400 a minute going out just because of his land units. And that's upkeep. He's got another 480 for production. Eventually, that will outbalance if he can't claim enough territory or increase his eco, so eventually his economy will crash. But he is trying to improve it. He's only recently taken over this area. He's already got industry down. But there is still this energy well, which he needs to destroy at some point in the game. This energy well is going to go down once again, as the artillery and infantry are sending across the map. We've got some tanks running away over in this area, and I don't even think they know that they're running away from stuff. So I think JB is a conscientious objector in this fight. He doesn't want to go to war. And Olechan has found some more structures. He's got the eco there. He's got the airfield that he's going to try and take out as soon as possible, which he very well has the ability to do so. There is not much standing in the way of him right now. These transport boats are taking over this territory pretty fast. And he is setting up these lines pretty well. He is going for some storage. He is going to get taken out again, I think. He just doesn't have any ground units. He's pretty much just going for energy-based units. He doesn't want to get ground units very often unless they're tanks. Which has caused a problem for his energy, but if he can sort out the energy from this water and then build up a mass tank army, he might be able to take him over. But from Olechan's perspective, he's coming up to that airfield over there. He's got his army up in the north, taking on this factory here and coming down for the eco. And even further down, they're coming up through here, stealthily through the mountains, to take on this factory here against the two tanks there as well. These units are splitting off this way. The tanks have made it through. They are pretty much free reign here at the minute. They could take over some territory. And Olechan could take them out with the infantry if they could catch him. There we go. So the striker's trying to come over and take out as much, but the amount of SAM that he's got, I think, is just not effective to try and take him out with strikers at the minute. Because as soon as they go in, they're dying, and he's not building them enough in time before it becomes effective. There's one tank defending over here. It looks like Olechan is going to take this out quite easily. And I'm probably going to speed up this a bit until I see a response from Jack Black. So we're on ×2 now. Olechan's infantry are coming towards these tanks over here. As these units are coming across, the tanks are probably going to get swarmed. There are 2 tanks down here that I think Olechan's forgotten about. In fact, there was a tank all the way up in the top corner of this map, which Jack Black had. It looks like it's still there. It is, and as I said, you don't want to leave that there. He is now building up a fairly large army. I would have left this for a while. I'd have built a lot of factories over here and just let it start building up units. And then start taking it out later, because they might get spotted early on. You want him to just have forgotten about it and then attack later. That's how I would have used that, especially if I had that much money left. I mean, he's still got 4,000 cash at this point in the game. There's a bomber coming over to this section. Trying to catch anything out, do a bit of a scout, but I think he's going to get destroyed pretty quickly. There's the airfield going down here, and we've got another airfield about to be taken out over here as well. There is this whole section here which is probably going to get attacked very soon. There we go, he spotted it now, so he's redirecting those units this way. Mostly against this lot here. There we go, that's gone down now. We've got the industry over here with the tanks being absolutely surrounded. Over here we have the city under fire again from the artillery. They were up here trying to take out the factory if I remember correctly, and now they are coming down this way. We've got the units coming up through here to take out this section. And then these units have been a little bit forgotten about, unless he's just trying to manage too much areas at once. He needs to bring these lines to come forward this way. But otherwise, the only way to get across to this section of the map is through this area anyway, so he can take his time down here. It's more important to focus on this section of the map. These units have sort of been directed into an area and they're just having a chill on the beach over there. The tanks come in, he's going to try and run them over, but they can't, so he's just going to fire at them instead, and he's being surrounded now. And for some reason he's got a defensive line here. Check JB on that one. So he's put a defensive line on the other side of his city, and town, not city, town and industries. Yep. And Olechan is taking full advantage of that, taking out the city and industries before they get to the defense there. So Jack Black does have a lot of energy stored up, and he's got units over here. I'm not sure why. They're just circling around over there. But it looks like Jack Black is losing control over this whole area of the map. He's got this left. And it looks like his eco has been damaged heavily. He's got 800 per minute at this point in the game. Whereas Olechan has managed to sustain his economy by taking over so much territory and increasing his structures. And right now he's got pretty much 2 blobs of units, followed up by reinforcements going to both of these sections. You can see aircraft coming down here. That might be why he's sending them up here quite dominantly. These strikers are going to probably go down. I'm going to slow it down once again. So the strikers are going to go down pretty quickly when these SAM units get involved, but there aren't actually that many on the front here. Most of the SAM units are down here by the looks of things. Which isn't bad for Olechan because he's got the airfields over here, so as soon as they take off, they'll probably end up getting destroyed pretty quickly. There we go, so all these units took out most of the section here. I would like to check out what Jack Black's doing up in the top left of the map. And has Olechan noticed? It does not look like it. We have an army of tanks coming through here, and it looks like Olechan has been kept in the dark on this for quite a while. He's just so focused on what is happening on the front lines here, completely missing out this army of tanks coming through his base down here. And again, if Jack Black used arrow commands instead of the flag commands, he'd be able to get straight into this and destroy the production. Go around the army. There we go, Olechan has spotted this army of tanks right now, and he is moving his units back into place, trying to redirect them up into the north right now to take on this army of tanks. And to be fair, I think his reinforcements will be able to stop them quite easily. From Jack Black's perspective, he's still sending more in one at a time, and he does have a lot of production there. He still has a lot of capital left over. But he is just mostly trying to rebuild it. He's got these tanks here that could be brought into the fight here. He's got those defending as well. Whereas on this side of the fight, we have Olechan pretty much taken out this entire area over there. And he's moved his units through this section. He's going to push through both sides there. From Jack Black's side of things, on this side of the map where he has the most presence, he doesn't have a lot of structures that produce units or defense to hold it up against. But he is trying to maintain as much as he can, especially with the assault going on over here. But yeah, the artillery here are just going to stop these tanks. It's got some units in front of them which are going to body block for the artillery. There we go, and the artillery are just getting some free shots in there. And then these 3 tanks are left over to fight this little fight here. There will be some reinforcements coming in soon. So we'll come back to that little fight over there in a minute. There we go, they're having a little summer party on this beach here. But they are getting redirected to fight those tanks now. So you can't have fun forever. Over here they found an airstrip which is open, but there's no units on it, but it is still a kill that's for free. Why not? He's got some territory to claim over here, which is how he's going to progress through there. We could still be progressing this units across through the map over here, because JB doesn't have much in the way over there either. A nice little network of energy wells, but not a lot of production. An error occurred during replay. The file is probably not compatible with the current version of LimeWire. There we go. So I think we're at the end of the match. So we have Jack Black coming down from this area towards Olechan, and Olechan has pretty much taken over all of this side of the map. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that Olechan has tried to take out this section of the map. I think he will be successful, looking at the way Jack Black currently is situated there, having a lot of energy but not a lot of production. And at this point he's only got 2,000 economy now. He did once have nearly 6,000 there, and he spent so much trying to defend. I think we can easily assume that Olechan has won this match. I am sorry about the replay not fully playing through, but I think it's safe to say we've come to the conclusion. And hey, there are 2 more videos on screen right now, so if you want to carry on watching some more, there's some there, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching, subscribe, see you around.